Well, good evening, everyone. This is William Brantley reporting Saturday evening's weather summary, and going to give you a little bit of a forecast for the Bemis, South Jackson, Tennessee area for the evening of October the 8th, 2016. The temperature at 5 o'clock was 71 degrees on the hour. The sky was clear. The dew point was 32 degrees. The relative humidity was 23%. The winds was out of the north at 14 miles per hour, and we had a barometric pressure of 30.18 inches at that time. As of right now, the temperatures dropped down to 69 degrees as of 5:27 p.m. So the temperature will be dropping as the evening goes on, of course. We have beautiful clear skies out there at the moment. And today's low was 52 degrees. Today's high was 78 degrees, which is much cooler than what it was yesterday. Remember, we had 92 degrees for a high yesterday, which was a record hottest for October the 7th. But it was much cooler today, like I mentioned, 78 degrees. Still no rainfall today, and expected none for about the next 8 to 10 days or so. So that's bad news in that respect. It is getting very dry out there. And again, the southern counties of West Tennessee, Shelby, Fayette, Hardeman, and McNairy counties is under a fire danger alert warning until around 7, 8 o'clock tonight, and then that'll expire. And they're under a watch for tomorrow. So that just simply means be very cautious about burning anything outdoors during this dry weather we have going on. Matter of fact, the lowest humidity today reached 22% at 3 p.m. So it's very dry out there, and the highest humidity was only 73%, and that was at 3 a.m. Earlier this morning. So yes, it's very dry, and the highest winds has been northeast at 18 miles per hour at about 2 p.m. this afternoon. And again, on the hour, it was at 14 miles per hour. And the winds will actually start dying down some later on tonight as the evening progresses. Speaking of that, I thought I'd go ahead and go on into the forecast for the next few days. For Sunday, it's going to be mostly fair skies, or Saturday night, mostly fair, leading to mostly fair sky on Sunday, with a low near 44 degrees and a high of about 76 degrees tomorrow. So it'll be very similar tomorrow as it was today. We should have northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow. And by the way, the first quarter moon is tomorrow. For all of you outdoorsmen that likes to hunt, fish, or whatever you like to do outdoors. And the moon actually rises tomorrow afternoon at 2:13 p.m. and it sets at 12:52 a.m. on Monday morning, shortly after midnight tomorrow night. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly fair skies on Monday, which is Columbus Day, and I hope everyone has a great Columbus Day. We should have a low near 47 degrees and a high of 77 on that day. We should have east winds at 10 to 20, and on the Tuesday, it's going to be mostly fair skies once more, with a low near 47 and a high of 81, with south winds at 10 to 20. And it's generally going to again be mostly fair about all of next week too, all the way through next weekend and possibly even Monday the 17th. And with lows generally in the upper 40s to lower 50s for the most part, and highs would generally be in the upper 70s to lower 80s during that time frame. And it looks like it's going to be at least Tuesday or Wednesday around the 18th or 19th of this month before chances of rain finally returns to our forecast. But at this time, not until then, unless, of course, nature decides to change its mind. And by the way, Hurricane Matthew finally came ashore right along the South Carolina border, not far from the North and South Carolina border. It did come in inland for a little bit, and it has been downgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. It is expected to move back offshore into the Atlantic Ocean sometime tonight, and then swing around and go south again toward the Bahamas over the next 2 or 3 days. And from there, the National Hurricane Center hasn't extended the path beyond that point at this time. So we'll have to wait and see how much further the hurricane goes, which probably by then would be only a tropical storm or depression, probably at that time. Well, I think that's everything that I was planning on mentioning to you. I think I mentioned earlier about no rain and how it's been since the 17th of last month since we've had any measurable, big-time measurable rainfall, which I looked it up again, and it was 86/100ths of an inch on that date. And so we were well below normal for September, as you well know, nothing for October. And of course, still above normal though, like I mentioned in previous videos, of around 11.5 inches above normal for the year, with that big, huge August amount that we had of 9.55 inches, was of course the greatest August on record, and that really jumped the yearly total up real high. And it's going to take a little while to kind of get back to normal on that, despite the dry spell we're having at the moment. Well, I think that's everything I can think of that I wanted to share with you this evening. So I guess that concludes this evening's report, and I hope it is helpful to all of you in some way or another. And so I guess I'll sign off at this moment, and I hope to have another recording around early tomorrow afternoon, probably. Well, thank you, and good night from Bemis, Tennessee.